What's up YouTube, this is Dragon, and this is another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. So, let's get to the battle at hand. Well, I'm gonna have to say that the Pokemon that I fear the most on this team is probably going to be maybe the Blaziken, or maybe the Hippowdon. But not necessarily the Hippowdon, because the Hippowdon can be the threat. Oh cool, well, it's Mega Kangaskhan that came out first, so I'm definitely glad that I decided to choose Kelder as my first choice. Now, one of two things will happen. My opponent will, like, you know, switch immediately, or not. Alright, so I'm going to go Drain Punch. If my opponent decides to use Fake Out, then I am definitely going to just go Knock Off right after the Drain Punch. So, I'm going to Drain Punch right now, and my opponent decides to withdraw. Okay, so it's either, you know, so this definitely shows that my opponent doesn't have, my opponent definitely doesn't have, Fake Out, because then my opponent would have used it, took that time to Mega Evolve, and wow, this guy's got Rocky Helmet and everything, man. This guy, he's got it all. He's definitely got it all. Alright. So, let's see. So, he has Hippowdon and Mega Kangaskhan, which means that I can go into my Rodent from here, and I just gotta hope that my opponent doesn't have, let's see. Okay, Yawn. Alright, so should I stay in or not? Because, you know, I have the Resto Chesto. Let's see. If I stay in, then, like, I wonder what my opponent is actually thinking, so. You know what? Let me see. I'm gonna stay in, use Hydro Pump. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in and use Hydro Pump on him. And hopefully my opponent goes for the Yarn Nigga. Oh, my opponent withdraws. Okay, so hopefully my opponent withdraws, like, okay, into the Aegislash. Alright, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So, I am definitely, like, in the clear. Alright, I feel so much better that my opponent has Aegislash as his last Pokemon, because now I just don't really have to worry too much. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp, because all his Pokemon can be affected by Will-O-Wisp. He's very weak to Will-O-Wisp. And there we go, I hit the Will-O-Wisp. Not bad, not bad. So now I don't have to worry about this Aegislash, you know, using Swords Dance and, like, screwing up my whole life. And it's Shadow Ball. It's a bit unfortunate, so that means it's going to be a special attack. Alright, so now, let's see. Looking at that, would my opponent use, let's see. I don't want, now that my Rodent is at this range of health, I definitely don't want to have my Conkeldurr take any unnecessary damage, because that Mega Kangaskhan will end my life. So, and I also have the Mega Metagross that can take one Earthquake. But then he also has the Sucker Punch, so yeah, I'm gonna have to play this really really carefully. Yeah. And then my Mega Metagross doesn't have Earthquake. So, alright, so let me see. I'm gonna have to stay in then. And I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt. And okay, stance change. Alright. King Shield. So one thing that is definitely good is that, you know, my opponent, you know, is forced to, what do you call it? You know, like, if, I'm still gonna Hydro Pump, you know, like, my opponent is forced to like think about me, you know, using Hydro Pump, but then I miss, you know, so, you know, I don't know what to say. All right, so now that's the Shadow Ball. So let's see. Oh man, I really needed to hit that attack, man. I really did. All right, so I'm gonna go into my Metagross, and I know my opponent thinks I'm just gonna like, you know, go straight up for the Earthquake, or my opponent might predict me to like use a setup attack and like go for the Agility. Hopefully my opponent doesn't predict that. And so like as soon as I Mega Evolve, I'm gonna use the Agility to get the +2 speed boost. And let's see. There we go. My opponent goes for the King Shield. Alright, that's good. That's really good. I mean, that's very good. So, yeah, you have no idea how much of a relief that is. So, now even though my Rotom passed away, I still have some sort of advantage in the situation because, let's see, I believe a Meteor Mash can, you know, take out this Aegislash from here. I don't want to use Zen Headbutt, doesn't look powerful enough, so I'm gonna go for the Meteor Mash. So let's see. Okay, that looks like it's definitely gonna be Shadow Sneak. Okay. Okay, yeah, that did nothing. Yeah. Oh man, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me, man? You've got to be kidding me. Alright, so I'm definitely going to use Agility again because, you know, I don't want to suffer the King Shield. But now, you know, of course my opponent predicts that and then goes for the Shadow Ball anyway. But I didn't have any freaking choice because I missed a goddamn move. Damn it, man. I did not need that. I did not need that at all. So now he's going to go to the Mega Kangaskhan and he's just going to Sucker Punch me, and that's going to be that. Stupid, man. That is so freaking stupid. So now I have to predict whether he's going to use the Sucker Punch or not. Of course he's going to use Sucker Punch. Why wouldn't he use Sucker Punch in this situation? So okay, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of different plays here. I'm gonna go into my Conkeldurr to predict the Sucker Punch. Right, see, now I wouldn't have to do all these insane predictions that I'm about to do if I just hit that one move. That one move is all I needed to do, and I would have been in the clear. Now I gotta deal with all this madness. Okay. So now I'm going to predict my opponent to go back into the Hippowdon because he wants my Conkeldurr to take damage. So now I'm going to double switch back into my Metagross. See, now I gotta make all these insane mind games and everything. You know, I have to, you know, all this insane mind games. You know, I just needed to hit that one attack, and I wouldn't be going through this right now. All right, so now, you know, now I'm predicting all his predictions, and oh, come on, man. Why I gotta play this game? Why do I have to do this? Alright, so now I'm gonna go for the Ice Punch. And, you know, hopefully I get the freeze. I'm hoping I get the freeze, man. I don't even care. Now, let me see. How much does Meteor Mash do? 90? 90 times 1.5? Let's see. 40 and 75 times 340. Yeah, and also has a chance to freeze. So, and Tough Claws. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go for the Ice Punch. And, you know, one more. I want the freeze, baby. I want the freeze. I don't even care. Alright, Rocky Helmet. So, slack off. Oh man, that That really sucks, man. You know, like moments like this, looking at his team, if I just had 6v6, would have had the, you know, like my glide score, and I would have toxic this dude, would have laughed at his slack off. But you know what? It's not a 6v6, so no Johns. So let me go and see what I can do here. All right, he's gonna use yawn. All right, so there's really no point in me even, you know, doing whatever. I'm gonna use knockoff because, you know, I at least need to. Yeah, he's gonna use yawn. So I need to at least knock off his Rocky helmet so that, you know, I can get that damn spiky armored plated head shield out the way. And, you know, like, yeah, man, once I missed that, I was like, all right, you know, now I'm gonna have to do all these super mind games and predictions and hoping I get freezes and all this stuff, you know, but it is what it is, man. So now I'm gonna go for the drain punch, and he goes for the earthquake. So, you know, it's whatever. And, you know, critical drain punch? No, not gonna happen. No, it doesn't matter though, because, you know, he on me. So he pretty much can do whatever he wants with my Conch Elder's life at this point. So, yep. Alright, so earthquake. Yeah, he doesn't have to switch. Because, yeah, you know, this Pokemon just straight up walls my Conch Elder. Man, that's such. You know what's interesting though? The interesting part is that, like, normally I would have like just like chose what you call it. I would have normally chose Blastoise in this situation, but I did want to use Mega Metagross because I don't really use Mega Metagross that much. And, you know, it's just me, it's like kind of like putting Conch Elder, no, not Conch Elder, kind of like putting Darmanitan on the team, you know, like, it's nice to use him, but can't really, he doesn't really have much viable options, you know, and then you gotta give it Ice Punch, gotta give it, you know, Earthquake, and, but, you know, he can't really, he has to have agility, but you gotta, you know, alternate between Earthquake and Ice Punch, but, you know, it's whatever, man, it's whatever. I still enjoyed the battle, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I was a bit upset at that miss, because, you know, I was no longer at full health, and I didn't have any sort of advantage that I could pull. I couldn't, there was nothing that I could do as soon as I, you know, then I had to predict whether he would, you know, just go for the King Shield again, you know, so, you know, it could be 50-50, either he would, either he wouldn't. You don't know if he's, like, you know, the more skilled the player is, the more he's predictable to do certain types of things, right? So, like, because my player was a little bit more skilled, like, you have to see, like, in order to understand your opponent's skill ratio, you have to see, like, the type of moves they do and how they predict certain things, right? So, like, a person that's really good would switch, a person that's really good would switch at that situation after I sent out my Mega Metagross predicting the Sucker Punch. And you see what I'm saying? But someone that was like average, they would just like go in and just use Earthquake, and then it would be redundant. So ironically, you have to see your opponent's skill ratio in order to predict your opponent's most probable move or most probable like course of action. And that's what I love about Pokemon. So many variables, so many different things, but you gotta know your opponent's card first in their mental state in order to go deeper into the Matrix. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed these battles, and as you know, I will see you in the next one. Well, see you later.